Hello there, and welcome back to another wrestling predictions. It has been about a month, and I will be doing Hell in a Cell 2021. I'm sorry I missed NXT Takeover and AEW Double or Nothing. I'm kind of a fan of both of them, but I need to watch them a bit more because I'm not that fully knowledgeable of every wrestler, so I kind of need to watch it a bit more to understand each person before I start to do those kind of predictions. But Hell in a Cell, there's originally going to be 7 matches on the card. There's now only 6 because the Roman Reigns Rey Mysterio match happened last night on SmackDown, which it was a Hell in a Cell match for the Universal Championship, and Roman Reigns won, beating Rey with the guillotine. And then Jimmy Uso came out, and then Roman Reigns just decided to put on the guillotine again. So, yeah. Apparently it was a good match. I need to see it. I haven't had the chance, but I've heard it is good. So, yay. Right. So now there are 6 matches. 6? This bit's useful. 6. 6 matches on the card. The first one is Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. This is just a generic singles match. Now, their feud has been going on since before WrestleMania. Cesaro won at WrestleMania. Then there was kind of like, between WrestleMania and WrestleMania Backlash, Cesaro had kind of been pushed into the main event scene through Daniel Bryan. And then there was the title match at Backlash, which Cesaro lost. And then afterwards, Rollins came in and attacked him, and then their feud restarted. And I think this probably will be the last match of the feud, because I assume Cesaro's going to go into the Money in the Bank match. I think. He probably will. But then Rollins might be in it too, just to have their rivalry in that as well. So, with this, because Seth Rollins has been attacking Cesaro, I think Cesaro kind of needs to win. Because, yes, since coming back, Seth Rollins hasn't won at a pay-per-view. Because he came back at the Royal Rumble. He didn't win that. He was chucked out by Braun. Sorry, Braun, for being released and all that. Terrible news. Cesaro, Rollins lost then, lost at Mania, wasn't at Backlash, but turned up at the end, attacked. And for some reason I have a feeling he's going to lose here, because it's just kind of the way that the storyline's been progressing. It seems that Rollins isn't going to win. It's probably going to be a great match. I'm going to look at this, it might be the match of the night. There's probably a couple. This is a pretty predictable card. But yeah, I think Cesaro's going to win here. The next match on the card is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Now, I didn't know this match was going to happen at this pay-per-view. I thought that this feud was kind of over, because I thought that both of them were going more into the Intercontinental title scene with Big E and Apollo Crews and that. But it seems that this feud is continuing, I guess. And so I think that even though Logan Paul isn't there, Kevin Owens is still going to win, because Kevin Owens has been kind of stuck in limbo for a bit. And he kind of needs a win to kind of push himself up, maybe make him the next credible challenger to Apollo Crews. And then we may get another Kevin Owens Intercontinental title run, because his other ones have been good. I don't know, I think he only had one. The one that led into WrestleMania 32. That was good, though. So, early 2016. Yeah, so Kevin Owens, I think, to win here, and this is a normal singles match, so nothing special. Yes. the next match is Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. Now, this has just been god-awful. It was on Raw. Raw's been bad since WrestleMania. And this feud, Shayna Baszler does not need to be in this storyline. She's an MMA fighter. She could have been Raw Women's Championship last year, but for some reason they brought on Becky. And ever since that point, they put her with Nia Jax and stuck her in the women's titles, the tag title scene. And the tag title scene has been awful, the women's one. And then for some reason Shayna's gotten involved with Alexa Bliss. And I'm not sure why they're doing it. Because the storyline has just been so confusing since WrestleMania, because the Fiend hasn't been there. So Bliss has had to kind of adapt and become the Fiend in a way. And we didn't know who she was attacking. Was she attacking Reginald? Was she attacking Shayna? Was Nia? Nobody knew. And then for some reason it turned out to be Shayna. And then there's a stupid puppet and stuff. But I feel like Alexa Bliss kind of needs to win here because... sorry, it's just I have an Amazon device and I don't want it going off again like last time. Yeah. Shayna Baszler, even though she's the better wrestler, I feel like Alexa Bliss kind of needs to beat her because to build up the character a bit more, I guess. Or else, like, the whole thing here has been wasted. He did go off. Yes, the next match is Bianca Belair versus Bayley, which is a Hell in a Cell match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This feud has been alright, I guess. Bianca Belair's been good, credible champion, like in the promos and matches and stuff. But Bayley's been great, but for some reason she's been relegated to this kind of like, she just laughs the whole time. Like, there was the SmackDown, not yesterday's, but the week before, where she just laughed. Like, she appeared on all the Titantron, and she was just like, ah, and that was kind of it. And it was like, okay. So, and also, because Bianca Belair's only just won it, I felt like it'd be easier for her to just keep it. So I think that this is going to be a really good match. All the women's Hell in a Cell matches over the past 3 years have been great. Maybe Sasha might return. That's apparently could happen. But I think Bianca Belair's going to win. And then we may get the Bianca Belair-Sasha rematch at SummerSlam. The next match I'm dreading is Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, which is a singles match for the Raw Women's Championship. Now, Charlotte always gets pushes into these things. I think I've said before that she always gets pushed into the championship storyline for no reason, absolutely no reason, and then she wins it because she's a Flair, and they are pushing her towards beating her father's record, because I feel like the more invested in doing that than busting John Cena's record. And I feel as though, sorry about that, I've got hay fever. Hay fever. Yeah, so I feel like it's going to be Charlotte. I feel like Rhea needs to win because Rhea's starting to get good, and considering all's bad, they need someone who's consistently good on the thing. I mean, the WWE title's good, but yeah, they need like a good women's wrestler because for some reason women's wrestling, there aren't that many people left. But this is on WWE because they keep releasing people. So many people they keep releasing, it's annoying. Yes. However, I do think that Rhea Ripley... Sorry again. I think Rhea Ripley... I apologise profusely for this. Rhea Ripley is going to win this match, I hope, and keep the Raw Women's Championship. Now on to the last match, which is Bobby Lashley with MVP. Bobby Lashley is the Universal Champion versus Drew McIntyre in a last chance Hell in a Cell match for the WWE title. The last chance thing is that Drew has kind of been in the title picture since WrestleMania because there was the big WrestleMania match with them two. And every pay-per-view since then that's involved them, he's been a part of. And the stipulation is if Drew loses, he can no longer challenge for the title as long as Bobby is champion. Now, I have a feeling that Bobby is going to win here because because people are starting to get sick of Drew in the title picture, understandably. So I think they're going to lower him down the card, keep him simmering, and then eventually he'll, get back up once Bobby loses the championship, preferably to Brock. Because apparently Brock might be returning for SummerSlam, and I'd like to see Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar, because we haven't seen it. It'd be nice. But yes, Bobby Lashley to win, and Drew goes out and maybe go into the US title picture, maybe wins it, we get a good, because the US title picture is not very good at the minute, but so maybe Sheamus does his whole close challenge thing, Drew turns up, we have back and forth, Drew wins it, and then Drew loses the US title to Keith Lee, when he returns, whenever, and then we have, Brock would win, and then we get maybe a rematch in front of crowds, Drew versus Brock, because we never got that last year. So, yes, I think what I'd like to happen, actually, is that this rule to stick, and that if Bobby ever got the title back later down the line, and Drew tried to transfer it then, they call back to this and say, hang on, we had that rule where you weren't no longer allowed to challenge if I was champion, so you can't have it. That'd be cool, because then that's a bit of continuity, which WWE is lacking. They need better stories. They're just doing, yes, this guy's a wrestler, this one is a wrestler. They don't have characters anymore, and it's a shame. But anyway, that is it for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I have no idea what is the next pay-per-view. I think the next one is Money in the Bank? Yes. Yeah, Money in the Bank has been moved to July 18th, so the next one will be Money in the Bank, which will be fun, because then I get to predict who will be Money in the Bank the briefcase holders. Haha. Yes, so that is all from me. Sorry for the sniffling and everything. Hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you later. Farewell.